Hey there, welcome to Monday Mentoring. This week, as usual, we have three sessions to choose from. At noon Eastern, there's going to be a practice management. All three sessions this week are facilitated by me. So no matter which time, no matter which time you get, you'll get me. So at noon, we're going to be doing practice management. For that one, I thought we'd keep it pretty general. Whatever questions you have, you can bring them. If we don't have questions, we'll continue our ongoing discussion of just how to meet this moment in time as practitioners, both from a kind of business perspective and also from an ethical community support perspective. So that's happening at noon. At 5 Eastern, there's a roundtable. So far, I'm recording this on Saturday. There are no cases submitted. If you have one, please submit it in advance. If not, well, we should have room to talk about spontaneous cases. So bring your questions, bring your cases to that session. And then at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll have another practice management session. This one, I thought we could focus on homepages on the website. So if you have a homepage and you're thinking about making changes to it or you want some feedback on it and you're willing to share the link or screen share with us, this is a great time to get some outside eyes. Sometimes you think something is super clear and you get other people to look at it and you're like, oh, yes, okay, that's good feedback. So anyway, I'll put that out there. Of course, if you have other questions, bring them. We will make time for whatever questions people have. But in case there's extra time, I thought that might be what we could focus on. A few other announcements. On Wednesday from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern, the time we normally have co-working, we are doing a guided co-working to review recurring business expenses. This is at least once, if not twice a year. I think it's very important to sit down and really look at what you're spending your money on, especially anything that's auto renewing, and make a decision about whether you want to keep it or not. And if you don't, to cancel it. So we're going to be doing that together. So sometimes it's hard to sit down and make yourself do it. So let's let's have support in numbers and do that together. There is a code to sign up. You get it for free as part of Monday Mentoring. So use the code if you want to come and sign up. I'd love to have you there. I'll be doing that. I'll be doing that along with everybody. So that's happening. Also, just a heads up on May 19th, which is a Monday, one of our normal Monday mentoring times at 5 p.m. Eastern, Julie, our Monday mentoring member and also psychotherapist, Julie's going to facilitate a discussion during that time of how do we provide care for our clients, especially around anything related to, trauma or mental health without actually crossing that line into practicing as a therapist or mental health provider without a license. That's something that comes up a lot anytime we get into this, and there's been some requests from members to have a little bit more information on that. So Julie's kindly agreed to come in and facilitate that conversation. So mark your calendars. I think that's going to be a really great conversation, and I'm excited to see what comes up for that. Other announcements, some of you have saw that if you're in the community, for Phoebe is going to be coming on as a community manager. So I will still be there. I'm not leaving the community or anything like that. And there's just some behind the scenes things that I could use some help on, and Phoebe is going to be arranging things a little bit, guiding some conversations, that sort of thing. So be sure to stop by, say hi to Phoebe there. If you haven't joined the community yet, there's a special link to use the first time you join. And then once you're there, you can just sign in as usual. There's always lots of interesting conversations going on, and the community also has a directory. So if you're like, oh, I'm trying to find somebody else in Monday Mentoring who lives in Georgia or whatever, you can kind of look through the directory and see who else is there. So just a little plug for that. Co-working is on break right now. We're going to start back up again the first week of May. There'll be a new link to register. It should be in the email that's going out when you get this message. So if you want to sign up for the new session, it's at the same time, Wednesdays 2 to 3 Eastern. You can sign up even if you're not sure you'll be able to make it. It's fine. You're not committing to anything when you RSVP. It's just for your own convenience. You're welcome to come to some, all, none, whatever works for you, but it's often a really handy thing to do. Okay, last little thing. Some of you know I started this new watering can newsletter, which is a small business care task each week that I'm sending out. If you, because not if you are, if you're seeing this, you're in Monday, but people who are in Monday Mentoring have a free upgrade. The things that are involved in the upgrade are already kind of part of Monday Mentoring, the co-working, some of these business workshops. There is a guided weekly planning session that you can listen to. I'll be putting my seasonal planning workshops in there as well. However, if you want that upgrade just for convenience, please sign up for the newsletter and then just email me, because it's hard for me to keep track of who's there. So just email me and say, hey, I signed up. Could you please upgrade me? And then I'll just go in and upgrade you so that you can have the paid version of that newsletter if you want it. Okay, it's time for the behind the scenes for this week. And something that's been on my mind this week is, again, I'm constantly thinking about the logistics and the mechanics of how I run my business, Monday mentoring, my clients, all of this. And one of the things that I have struggled with a lot is the use of Zoom, which does have some security and privacy issues that are always like, I don't know, I don't love Zoom, and it's really hard to find a good replacement for Zoom because it's so critical to everything that I do. Just trying to find something that's reliable and stable and that people can access, and it's not $800,000. It's always interesting. So anyway, this week I on website that offers lifetime deals called AppSumo. Some of you heard me talk about it. There's a Zoom alternative listed, and I was like, okay, well, I'll try it out. You can always get a refund for these. So I tried it out. There's something called Meeten, EETN. And I was like, well, I'm always interested. They kind of advertised a privacy first approach. And I was like, okay, that is something I'm interested in. So I tried it out. It's definitely rough around the edges. It's not perfect by any means. And I am going to keep it though, because I think it actually has a lot of promise. And I'm not switching everything over to Zoom right now, but it's sort of on my mind potentially in the next year or two that we may transition to using that. I might do a couple of test runs with some one-off classes or workshops just to see how it goes and that sort of thing. But the reason the one thing I think is funny about it is it's the guy who runs it is it's so interesting to me how sometimes people are really good at one thing and then not so good at another thing. And so this fella that seems to be the driving force of it has been in tech for, I don't know, like 20 or 30 years, and he's run all these successful software companies and so forth. Clearly the back end and the like coding and all of that is pretty solid, but the branding on it is like, y'all, it's like it's from 1990. It's got this sort of neon green and black are the branded colors. And when you log in, there's like if you have multiple people in the meeting, they do like a little frame around the person who's actively speaking. Like Zoom makes the box yellow. There's like a yellow line around whoever's actively speaking. And theirs, it's like a glow, it's like a fuzzy glow, like you're in an alien movie from 1990s. So anyway, it's interesting because all the feedback that they're getting is people saying like, "Oh, this is a great product, but the branding is horrifying." And the poor fella is like, "Oh, like he clearly thinks it's really great." And it's just interesting to me how like we all have our strengths. We all have our strengths. They're theoretically they're trying to do some work and have got some outside eyes coming in to have a look at the branding. But anyway, it just kind of made me giggle. If you two are looking for a Zoom alternative, especially one where you pay once and then you have it indefinitely, you may want to check out this Meetin on AppSumo. I think it's there maybe through the end of May, so there's no rush, but you can try it and refund it if it doesn't seem like a good fit. I bought the level 3, which I think is probably more than most people need, but anyway, FYI, insider tip. All right. I hope you have a wonderful week. I'm looking forward to seeing some of you tomorrow on Monday for any of our 3 sessions. And otherwise, I'll talk to you soon. Okay.